Hello and welcome to a new video and to a new FNaF podcast. I think some of you might have already expected this video to come, or some of you might not. Just want to say this podcast will not have much visual content, so you can watch it as an MP3 or just listen to it, have it play in the background, I don't know. And yeah, today I won't answer your questions because I don't have any. Today I talk about the new game release from Scott. So some people say FNaF 6 or FNaF Sister Location 2, but the official name is the official name is Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator. And yeah, in this podcast I will talk about my thoughts about the game. So there are three big topics that I'm talking about, but the main big topic of this podcast are my thoughts about Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator. So, spoiler alert, I will talk about the story, I will talk about the gameplay, and I will also talk about the ending and the secrets. So if you haven't seen everything, you should stop watching this video because I will talk about these things and there will be spoilers for the game. And the other two smaller topics are my thoughts about the future of Five Nights at Freddy's and the future of my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's just start with my thoughts about Five Nights at Freddy's. No, I'm always getting it wrong. Let's start with my thoughts about Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. First of all, I think nobody expected this game to be that big and that major. Everyone thought it was like this small, trashy mini game style 8-bit game, like it's seen on a Steam page and it's seen on Scott Games right now. And yeah, it was really unexpected, and Scott Cawthon once again proved that he's the biggest troll in the universe. So yeah, it was a really, really cool troll. I think Scott is... wow, he definitely has talent to fool his fans. I personally got 100% trolled. It was so unexpected, and I would have never expected that game to be that big. Yeah, it's basically Five Nights at Freddy's 6, however you want to call it, but it's not just a tycoon game, it's also a horror game, it's also FNaF World type-like, it's also like the previous games, it's a really, really cool game. And I personally screwed totally up on the day when it got released, because it was pretty late for me. I think it was 10 or 11 p.m. And then I was sitting on my computer and I got a little notification on my screen that Scott had made an announcement for Sister Location, like a Steam news. And I clicked on it and it was like, I don't know what he said. He just said the reaction of the fans was pretty bad about the teasers and the people expected the game to be much bigger and cooler than it actually was. And he was kind of disappointed because the people weren't happy with the game, with the teasers, and then he just chose to release the game on this day. I think it was Monday. And yeah, it was really unexpected. I was really hyped about the game, and what I did was just quickly write a script, record it, and make a FNaF news about the Steam post. I think most of you saw that FNaF news episode, and I totally screwed up because when he made the post, he also released the game on another Steam page, like the Steam page for Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator. And I was so hyped about this post that I totally forgot to check the Steam page, like searching for Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator on Steam, and I completely screwed that up. And I just made that episode talking about this post, and the title was like, Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator is coming today, get hyped, when the game actually was already out. It was really dumb from me and I was pretty pissed about it, but it was like midnight when I had the video out and I just wanted to go to bed because I needed to get up on 6 a.m. the next day. Oh, 6 a.m. FNaF reference. Yeah. And then I got to bed after that, and on the next morning I saw, fuck, the game was already out. And I was so pissed, and I couldn't play it because I got home on 5 p.m. I got home, and I was so pissed because there were all these videos on YouTube, these Let's Plays from Dogco and 8-Bit Gaming and all these people, and I was like so pissed because I couldn't play it and I didn't say it in my video, I don't know. But yeah, on that evening I played through the whole game actually. Like I went home. I immediately went to my computer and I sat there and I just downloaded the game. I was so hyped. And then I saw like this crappy game like it was seen in the teasers. And I saw that game and I was like, oh, this game is actually bad. I wouldn't have thought that. And I played it and I designed my pizza and I got to the pizzeria and I was like, Scott, are you serious? This is like worse than a small mini game in original FNaF title. Like, I don't know. Save Them mini game with the FNaF 2 pizzeria was probably more than this game. And I was like, Scott, you can't be serious. This isn't even fun, or there's nothing to enjoy in this game. And I was pretty bummed because I was hyped the whole day. And I played that and I saw, oh man, this is actually really bad. And you all know what happens after, I think it's round 4 or round 5. Everything gets glitchy and you sit in front of Scrap Baby and it was like, whoa, oh my god, you didn't do that. And this was so cool. I wish you saw my face when I saw that. I was like, that was a big mind blow for me. And I saw it and I was like, oh my god, Scott, you are the best and you are the worst at the same time. Because I was like so happy that it was a really real game. And at the same time I was pissed because he trolled me so hard. But of course, Scott, I love you. Thanks for this game. Yeah, then I played the game and I was like mind blown the whole time. Especially when these story elements came, like when you're in the night and you hear these voice lines from Springtrap and Baby and Phantom Freddy, like what did they say? I think Springtrap said, "You will not recognize me at first, but I assure you it's still me," or something like that. And this was every time was so cool. And I forgot when I started the game and I saw that it was a real game, and then you come to blueprint mode and everything. And so, oh, it's actually a tycoon game, but it's not as shitty as it seemed like it was. And I was like, cool, because I didn't want Scott to release FNaF 6, and I was sure that Scott wouldn't release FNaF 6 that early, because he made this post a few months ago where he said he hasn't time for game making and we can expect FNaF 6 to come out 2018 or even later. And then there was the evening shift and I was like, whoa, this is a real FNaF. This is a real FNaF, and it was so cool. And I was happy about this game because I thought the day when Scott started to tease this tycoon game, I was like, please don't let it be FNaF 6, it's too soon. But no, it wasn't. I'm so happy that he made this game. It's so good. I also have to say I'm not really a big fan of calling this game Five Nights at Freddy's 6, because it isn't Five Nights at Freddy's 6, and you don't say FNaF 5 to Sister Location. I heard nobody calling Sister Location FNaF 5. Nobody says that, and I get that Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator is a really long name, but I personally am not a big fan of calling it FNaF 6 because it isn't a classic FNaF. Like FNaF 1 to 4 were classic FNaF, like 5 nights, 6 nights, 7th night, one office, every night is the same, just harder. This is Five Nights at Freddy's original game. And FNaF Sister Location was different, and it wasn't called FNaF 5 because it didn't fit into this main series. And I think it's the same with Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator, because it is completely different from all the other games. It's even completely different from Sister Location, and Sister Location was already was something completely new. Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of calling it FNaF 6, but I get that it's a much easier name for the game. Yeah, I absolutely loved the gameplay. It was so good. I already said this kinda in the beginning. Like, it has elements from every game. You have this night part where you just the evening shifts. It's like the 4 original games. You have this FNaF World part where you are just in blueprint mode and design your own pizzeria. It reminded me of FNaF World. And we also had these sister location parts. It was like the evening shifts were kinda like sister location with the hand unit, but also these little sequences with the salvage, with these animatronics in front of you. They were so cool. They were really, really cool. I loved the gameplay. It was a mixture of all the games together, and it was really, really good. The mechanics were also really cool. I saw people who found this game really, really hard. I personally beat the game really fast, because I think I got the mechanics faster than other people. I saw so I didn't see his live stream, but I saw Darko talking about him beating the game within 7 hours. So he played Saturday or Friday for 7 hours until he beat it, and I thought, this is long. So yeah, the mechanics are different from the other games, definitely, because Scott said it in his recent Steam post on the Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Steam page. He said that this game is all about patience and it's different from the other games. And I think I got that earlier than other gamers. And I'm not sure, but it took me like 6 tries or 7 tries for Saturday. And that's it. And it was also like 5 tries for Friday. I made this video about how to beat the knights. This was exactly my tactic. If you're interested, watch it. I think the mechanics were really cool, because you never saw the animatronic. You only heard it. You only heard from the vents. You had to look there, and it was really cool. I loved it. Yeah, what I didn't like was the jump scares. I think the jump scares looked kind of cheap, a little bit, but I adore the character design. They look so cool. But I didn't really like the jump scares. They were like, I don't know. Compare these jump scares to the FNaF 4 jump scares or the sister location jump scares. They have much better quality, I think. But that's just my opinion. So I didn't like jump scares, but I love the mechanics. I love the character design. I love the entire style of the game. Yeah, there's one other thing. I liked the character designs really much. But there's one thing I didn't really like, the design of Springtrap. I think the old model looked so much cooler, so much better. I think he looks really dumb with his new face, actually. I don't like Springtrap's design, not at all. But it's okay with me, because the story and the style and everything is just so good, and I can overlook that little detail. I think that's everything to say about the game. Let's talk about the lore and the ending. I think I'll just start with the ending. So the ending was the first ending I got in the game. So I never threw an animatronic back into the alley. I always got them inside in my first playthrough, because that's how I got the good ending in the very beginning. The ending was an absolute mind blow. It completely blew my mind, and I think it's such a satisfying ending. I'm sure all of you have seen it, but if you haven't, go watch that ending. You need to see that ending. It's just mind-blowing. And my next video will also be a theory in which I either explain the whole game or just the ending. I'm not sure about that, but I will definitely talk about the ending in my next theory. It's mind-blowing. I won't say so much about it now, because I will talk about it in another video. But oh my god, it revealed so many things, like the puppet or baby, and oh my god, you saw it. I'm sure you saw it, and you know what I'm talking about, and it was such a big mind blow. And yeah, I think it's also really, 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 really satisfying. Like the phrase where Tape Man said, like, to Springtrap, to William, the darkest pit of hell has opened for you, don't keep the devil waiting. It was such a satisfying feeling to hear that William will be punished for everything he did, and was such a good ending. Also, it looks like the whole game series, or at least the game timeline, came to an end with this game. I think we can all agree that this game is the end of the timeline. There won't be any Five Nights at Freddy's after this game. I think that's it. This is the end. I mean, lore-wise, of course, everything is destroyed. There's nothing left. Everything came to an end. But what about the games? There was like this phrase in the end of the credits. It said like, this game is dedicated to all of the fans. I really loved doing games for you and something like that. You saw it, and it really looks like this is the end. And I personally think that this will be the last game. This was the last game. Of course, there is the possibility that he's gonna make prequels. This could be, but I personally don't think so. Yeah, and I think it is not a bad thing. It really isn't a bad thing. To be honest, it was my wish that FNaF comes to an end within FNaF 6. And not because I don't like FNaF, because if I wouldn't like FNaF, I wouldn't have this channel, obviously. I just think there's such a great story, such a great franchise. And it would be sad to see the franchise slowly dying with too many games and too much lore thrown into it. And I think it would be really sad to see that, and that's because that's why I'm satisfied with FNaF ending with this game. And I really hope that Scott won't make any more Five Nights at Freddy's parts. Like no more games, no more main games. I think it's a really satisfying ending, and it should be it with this game. He really made a really great ending, and that should be it. I think that's all I have to say about the game. No, there's one more thing. There are some Easter eggs, like secret mini games and secret pictures and secret audio voice lines, and holy crap, these were really interesting. I won't go on that now. There will also be another video on that, but just my thoughts. I think it was really good that he included these Easter eggs, because they also say a lot about the lore, and they're also really cool to look at. So yeah, that's it about my thoughts on the game. Moving on to the next part, my thoughts about the future of Five Nights at Freddy's. As I just said, I don't think that there will be any games in the future. What we will get definitely is the third novel. Obviously we had the Silver Eyes and the Twisted Ones, and there will be a third novel. And there's already an Amazon page for it, but there's no title and no cover. I think it will come next year, like in summer. I think the Twisted Ones came in July. I think we can expect to see the third novel in like a half year or something like that. We will get this book. We will also get the survival logbook. I made a FNaF News episode on this. There were like leaked pages on Amazon, and this book will come out really soon. I think it will like a few weeks. Might be just a few weeks, but I will buy this book and I might review it on the channel. But we will get the survival logbook. And of course, we will get a movie. I think there's also already a release date for the movie, but I definitely know it's end of 2018. Like the end of the year, November or December or October, I don't know. And it's produced by Blumhouse, so it will be a really good movie. And I'm really looking forward to it. As just said, there might be prequels, but I don't think and I don't hope so. And yet now to the really interesting part. What will Scott do in the future when he's done with FNaF? Let's just suppose that Scott is done with FNaF after the movie was released. What will he do next? Well, there are a few possibilities. I have one specific possibility, and I think it's really cool, and I'm not sure if you already know this, but it is like a secret, it might be a secret hint to a new game franchise by Scott himself. FNaF World Update 1. Remember the game, of course? There was the Chipper ending. If you beat Chipper, he tells you something. And the last phrase of Chipper is really interesting. Let me just read it out. You haven't seen the last of me. Freddy Fazbear isn't the one who will be sharpening his teeth on your bones. It will be me. It will be me. This is really interesting, and it's like the Iron Chipper. And Chipper and Sons was the game before Five Nights at Freddy's. And it wasn't a horror game, it was a fun game. But this might hint to a new game, a new horror game with Chipper. It might hint. I'm just thinking about this. It can be something completely different. But I'm sure Scott will continue to make games after Five Nights at Freddy's. Why shouldn't he? He's having fun. And we have fun, and I will definitely play his future games. And we will see. Maybe he won't do horror games anymore, I don't know. But this might be a hint. It might not, it might just be something else. We have also some unanswered questions. Like, I think FNaF 6 is the last game, and it solved many things. It really did solve many things. But there are also some things that aren't solved yet. And I just wrote down a few points. Of course, there are many more things, but I think these are the biggest things. There's a secret picture within Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator, and it shows a graveyard. And there are more names, like it says Jeremy and Fritz on 2 graves, but it also says Susie and I forgot the third name, the fourth name. But there are 2 other names besides Jeremy and Fritz, and we never heard these names before. And it's also not Elizabeth. Like, baby's real name was confirmed in the game, it is Elizabeth. But that's also not the name on it, so we have never seen these names. So this is a big question: who are these people? I saw a theory, people were saying these are the children's names. I think it's a cool idea, but obviously this is not confirmed, and we will see. Also, another big question now. You might know this, the person on the tapes is most likely Henry. It's basically confirmed that it's Henry. It just can't be somebody else. The thing is, we saw Henry die in FNaF World. Remember the desk man, the person on his desk who created Baby? It was a few weeks before Sister Location released, and he said he made something terrible, and she's named Baby, and he's sorry for it. And then it gets dark and Baby kills him. And people were saying this has to be Henry, and I agree. Henry is basically the only person who can be this person. Nobody else makes sense. And that's now a really big question: who is Desk Man from FNaF World? This is a really big question that we need to solve now. Also from FNaF World, we have the clock ending. You know the clock ending, there are all these secret mini-games that you have to do. And these mini-games are related to the FNaF 3 good ending mini-games, like the Balloon Boy and the 4 Cupcakes and the Code. And it's obviously a connection between FNaF World and the good ending from FNaF 3. And we need to solve what this connection is, and basically solve the FNaF 3 ending, like which ending was the real one, the good ending or the bad ending. Because if it was the good ending, the puppet should be free, and if it was the good ending, the puppet should be free, but the puppet appears in FNaF 6, so I don't know. And if it was the bad ending, there would still be souls trapped on the world, like it isn't over yet. There are still souls remaining. So I think both endings don't really work, so we need to solve that. Another question that is still remaining is but what happened to Purple Freddy? And of course, who is Hand Unit? Is he a real person, or is it just a computer voice? Did he work for William Afton, or did he work for Henry? We don't know. We just know that he kind of worked for William in Sister Location, but he clearly is on Henry's side in Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator, so I don't know, we need to solve that. Maybe the third novel will answer some questions, maybe the movie will answer some questions. We will see, but we need to solve these questions in the future. Yeah, we're talking about the future, so let's move on to the last point, the future of my YouTube channel. First of all, I want to thank you for 50 subscribers. This is basically the first big milestone, and I really appreciate that you guys enjoy my videos. And thank you so much for 50 subscribers. Yeah, thank you. What videos will I do in the future? Of course, there are loads of Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria theories and other videos incoming in the next weeks. Like, you can expect to see many videos about this game in the future next weeks, in the next months. We will talk a lot about this game and about the lore and everything. So yeah, these videos will come in the future, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I really look forward to it. Of course, we need to think about, is FNaF really over? Because if there won't be any more FNaF games in the future, and the movie, let's just say FNaF is done after the movie came out, of course there won't be anything to talk about anymore. So it's a really difficult thing. I will make theory videos in the future, and I will make FNaF news, because I think there will be loads of FNaF news in the coming months about the third book, about the movie, about possible new releases from Scott, like maybe a FNaF World Update 3, but I don't think that will come, or possibly a new game, I don't know. But I will make FNaF news and I will make FNaF theories. But there will be a point when FNaF is done, when I think after the movie came out, FNaF should be done. And of course, I will continue making videos in the future, and the next weeks and months after the movie came out, there will be lots of stuff to talk about. But earlier or later, I will run out of things to talk about. And yeah, this is most likely in a far future, like in 1 year and 1.5 years. But I need to say, if FNaF is over and FNaF is dead, of course my channel will die too. So not necessarily die, but I will either change my content or stop making content on that channel. We will see. I'm sorry about that, but don't worry, there will be loads and loads and loads of stuff coming to you in the future, so there will be many videos in the coming year, and maybe in the coming years. Just want to say, when FNaF will be finally over, my channel will be over too, because my channel is just about FNaF and there's nothing else I'm doing on this channel, just FNaF. And of course, when FNaF is over, the channel will be over too. This will be in the far future, just wanted to tell you. Okay, and also the FNaF giveaway. You might have noticed that I think it will be Sunday when I publish it, because it's Sunday why I'm recording it. I think I will publish this video today. On Friday, I didn't make a video and hide a question in it. It just didn't work out on the first week. Like, we made this question. Nobody wrote a comment on my video or on Zach's video for the giveaway, and I think we won't continue making this giveaway in that form. I haven't talked to Zach about this, and I think you are listening right now, so hello. I will message you on Discord. We need to talk about that, but yeah, I don't think that the giveaway will be taking place in this form. Okay, not more information. I need to talk with Zach Reese about this, and yeah, I will give you information when I know more. I think that should be it for this podcast. Please keep asking me questions in the comments. The next one might be again a Q&A. And yeah, I think that's it. If you have questions for me, or questions about FNaF, or video suggestions, or for theories, or for FNaF 6 related things, feel free to suggest these topics in the comments. And yeah, I have also one question for you. Would you be interested to see a blooper video from me? Like, when I'm recording all these theories and news, there are always bloopers in it, and my question to you is, would you be interested to see a blooper video where I just cut them together and make a funny blooper video? Just tell me in the comments. And also tell me, did you enjoy FNaF 6, Freddy Fazbears Pizzeria Simulator? I saw many people saying that they didn't like the game. I saw people saying that they loved the game. I personally adore this game, I love it. But please tell me your opinion, and if you don't like it, why do you not like it? Just tell me. Okay, I think that should be it. And I will see you hopefully next Friday with the new theory. Might be sooner, might be later, but I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.